We're live now.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're
Good
just going to allow
afternoon.
a few more people to come in while we wait. Good afternoon. Edfin Abi from Edfin. Yes, Adedayo. Okay, good afternoon. So we're just waiting for more people to join us before we start.
Okay.
We'll start. Thank you. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. You're welcome to one of the global webinar series. I hope everybody can hear me. You're welcome to the webinar series for global. We have this practically and have it every month. So you're most welcome. We're going to start soon. I just want to welcome all the participants and want to welcome my panelist, Mr. Efam Cyrus, who's going to be speaking to us today on, the USA. Basically, how to progress to USA. What we do at Global International College is a sixth-form college, which means that we're a university preparation college based in Lagos and Abuja. And what we do is to prepare young people who are in secondary school. We prepare them during the USA Foundation or the Canadian Foundation program for them to be able to go to Canada and US. So we've had a series of webinars talking about what we're doing for the UK, for the US and different countries. But today we're going to be talking about Canada and the US. And after that, we're also going to be talking about students, people who are joining us today who are interested in studying for undergraduate, postgraduate, or living and working in Canada or the US. So we're going to be talking on that as well. So not just secondary school students. So if you're a parent of a secondary school or you're a secondary school, yes, we'll be talking about how to prepare you. But we are also looking at students who have finished university or who are in university and want to go for postgraduate, or they're thinking of migrating to Canada. And I'm looking forward to Sean joining us very soon. I sent him a message, so I just want to welcome you. My name is Abolaji Usime. I'm CEO, Global International College, Strategic Offshore, which is also our sister company that places students who want to do a postgraduate, who are interested in migrating to any of those countries. We work with them to help them along. We've had so many requests of people just to make sure that they're dealing with the right organization. An organization that has integrity, to make sure that they go. And we have so many testimonies. If you go on our website, you'll see so many of our students. We've placed over 2,000, 3,000 students in different parts of the country. We've been doing this for 21 years. So you're in the right place. So basically, I welcome all of you. And please, if you are a participant and you have any questions, please make sure you drop it in the chat box on the Q&A, so that the panelists can answer your questions once they finish. But they're going to address us and going to tell us a little bit about what you are expecting to hear today. So I'm going to start off. I have I'm going to start off with sharing a PowerPoint and talking about what we're going to be doing today. Also, just to give you an idea. Okay, so it's study, work, live in Canada and the US. University preparation courses. These are all the things we do: online classes, visa canceling, etc. Okay, Damilola, can we reduce the music now? Is there any way to be loud? Okay, so this is me, Bolaji Osemek, CEO, founder, Global International College, social entrepreneur, passionate about ensuring children and young people get the best education available anywhere in the world, and has positioned Global to launch students on their personal quest for excellence by equipping them for a powerful future in their chosen careers and professions. Okay, so we're going to be talking today. 3 panelists are joining us. Dayo Adewale is joining us from Edfin Microfinance. Edfin Microfinance is partnering with us to give loans, education loans, very affordable education loans to students who want to go on any of our programs, who want to study with us or who want to travel. So the Dayo will tell us a bit about what they're doing in terms of trying to assist students to ensure that it's not a difficulty for them to be able to achieve their dreams. So she'll tell us a bit about that later. Then Cyrus Efam is the staff manager and the USA Foundation manager of Global International College. He'll tell us about the US, about the programs we're doing Global International College, and then post-global, how you can progress to some of these, to the universities of your choice and some of our partner universities. Then we'll have Sean Zand, who will join us from Canada. He's our Canadian immigration expert. He's going to tell us about universities and also what you need to know about visas and study permits and migration. So welcome all my panelists. And I'm sure you will gain a lot from listening to them today. Okay, so Global College, this is Global College. Like I said, we are a sixth form, which means we're a university preparation college based in Lagos and Abuja. You can check us online. We're on the website. We have our Facebook. We're on Facebook. We're on all the social media. And what we do is to prepare students, like I said, to go to different universities all over the world. So we have a global, since the pandemic, we have a global, an online presence, and it's www.globalonlinecollegeonline.com. So you can see us there. That's where all our courses take place. All the university pathway courses, everything takes place on Global College Online for now, and until schools resume. So when schools resume, it will also be like a blended learning. Sometimes students will come, sometimes they'll be at home. So it's going to be blended learning until the pandemic is over. Okay. So our mission and vision to deliver the best in curriculum-based online education for students anywhere in the world. So anybody can join us anywhere in the world if they want to do a Canadian foundation program or a USA foundation program or a UK foundation. They can join us. So you can tell your friends, your siblings, anywhere in the world, they can join us. Okay, I hope everyone can hear me. Okay, good. Okay, so our vision is to make education accessible, affordable for students all over the world. Like I said, because we are online, we can be accessed and you can take courses with us. Just a few days ago, we had a webinar on online degrees of our partners. Our partners have online degrees that they are running through us. So you can actually have a BSc online or an MBA online now that you can do right from Nigeria. You don't have to travel because of the pandemic. You can do it right away. Okay, so I talked about the blended learning model, the traditional and the virtual, which is synchronous and asynchronous learning, which means that you can have an interactive session with teachers. You can actually see your teachers when you're learning, and at the same time, you can do it in a way that, you can go asynchronous on the platform and learn from the platform. Okay, so we also have a secondary school, and these are the courses we have. We have the lower and upper secondary. Everything is online on a very beautiful, dynamic platform. So International Medical Foundation, a lot of our students go to Debrecen. So if you're interested in being a doctor, one of the best areas, places, countries that our students go is Hungary, in University of Debrecen. It's easier, it's faster, and it's quite a good, rigorous program, and it's accredited all over the world. So we've placed students in this university for over nearly, I would say, 20 years as well. It's a little more difficult to study for medicine in the UK because they have a very small quota and very expensive. And even the US, you have to do a pre-degree, like a biomedical in the US or Canada before you can study medicine, unless you're a citizen. We also have the Canadian Foundation, which is the Ontario Secondary School Curriculum, the USA Foundation, A-Level, and the UK Foundation Program. We also have short courses as well. And some of the courses we're doing are digital skills as well. We're going to be doing a lot of that. Okay, so this is the blended online where you can learn with Global College or Global Tech Academy anywhere, anytime, at any place. So this is what our features are. Our teachers are facilitators. It's blended. You can learn and acquire life skills from learning with us. Feedback from some of our parents on our online classes, ease of access to our planning platform, availability of online tutoring. Nearly 67% of our parents are satisfied with the teacher feedback on their student performance. So 100% are highly satisfied with the introduction of asynchronous and the interaction with fellow students when we did a survey. So we have a very good feedback from parents and students on our online platform. Okay, some of the things that they've said about us as well: one-to-one connection, openness, empathy, display as teachers and students are at ease. What I like most about online is that it promotes independence of the children. They are currently able to sign in, attend classes, do assignments, research online with very little guidance. That there's a heightened level of direct interaction between students and parents, which will be improved on, which can still be improved on. Okay, we are accredited by the Ministry of Education in Lagos and Abuja. We're a Center for Cambridge International Exams. We're a Center for West African Exams and a Center for Exams for the UK, Canada, and the US. And just recently, a Center for NCC Higher Education, you know, the online exams as well. So we have to add that. So I've talked a bit about our programs, our pathways. So I will not go over this. These are pathways. I will quickly go on to the program we do for Canada. This is Canada, you know, this is the various, you know, later on, I hope Sean is on here now. He's here now. So he'll tell us a bit more about Canada. So he's the Canadian, I'm not, I'm a Nigerian. So I'm just going to say a bit about, you know, Canada is a great place to go. And he'll tell you a lot about Canada. We do the Ontario Secondary School Diploma here. The Ontario Secondary School Diploma is a grade 12, which is a Canadian foundation. And what it does is allows you to actually study the same curriculum they're studying in Canada. And it's proven to be very good for our students, because when they go to the embassy and they want to apply for a study permit, they see that they have actually put an effort in learning the Canadian Ontario Diploma in Nigeria, you know, and it's online actually, because the teachers are all in Canada. So some students might say that they might want to go to Canada to do it. Yes, it's possible to go to Canada, because even Sean has they have a college in Canada. If you don't want to do it in Nigeria, you want to go to Canada, you can do it there. So either way, we can help you to get your preparation, which is a foundation. And of course, in Canada, he'll let you know once you finish, once you're in college or you're in university in Canada, you can work on campus. You also, after that, you can get a 3 years post-graduation work permit, an opportunity to apply for residency. That's why Canada is quite attractive now, because of the work experience. And everybody goes to school so that they can get a job. You know, that's the most important thing. So some of the universities our students have progressed to, some of them. And these universities also, we have postgraduate students have gone there. We have students who have left Global to go and do their undergraduate. So we'll talk a bit about that. So some of the universities as well. Top universities in Canada, very good universities, and very reasonable, you know. So just talking about our e-school, we have an e-school virtual school partnership. This is done in Nigeria. The Canadian Foundation program that we're talking about is done here in online with us in Nigeria, and, you know, virtually also with the schools that we partner with in Canada. And if you do want to go and do it, like I said, in Canada, it is possible to go and do it in Canada as well. You know, so those are the opportunities you have. You know, it's a rigorous curriculum. The tuition is not very expensive, and all other things that I've mentioned earlier. So these are the programs. Ontario Secondary School Diploma is a university pathway. This is only for students who are maybe, for example, in SS1 or want to go to SS1, and they know that they're going to go to Canada. They can join us even from grade 9, grade 10, and start the Canadian Ontario Secondary School Diploma earlier, because everything is online now, so it's easy. You can even be in your school and be taking this on a part-time basis. So you actually have two qualifications, two certifications once you finish, you know, so it's quite an interesting one. These are some of the credits that you get for the Ontario Secondary School Diploma. And like I said, our partnership with the colleges we partner with, they are certified Canadian teachers that teach our students, state of learning facilities, guidance, counseling, globally recognized and all of that. They're registered with the Ontario Ministry of Education. So automatically our students become registered with Ontario Ministry of Education as well. And of course, we are registered with the Ministry of Education in Lagos and Abuja. So 100% of our students are accepted into the universities of their choice. Okay, so in coming into global, this is admission, WAEC. WAEC is going to start next week, next month rather, and 5 credits in WAEC or IGCSE, a personal statement, good recommendation from your counselor. And this is what you need to do coming into Global International College. Go online, fill the form, send your transcript for 2 years and your passport, and that's the process. This is the process for coming and joining us for the university preparation. This is a certificate for the Ontario Secondary School Diploma. And this is the US. So talking about the US, I'm going to quickly hand over to FM now to talk a bit about what we do in the US. And she will tell you a bit about what opportunities you have, for example, to start your program in the US. When Sean joins us, and then after that, we will have Edwin speak. But when Sean joins us, he will tell us more about the postgraduate, the undergraduate courses they have in Laurentia University for students who are interested in that, and he will tell us about the visa. So over to you, Efan, can you take us through the US and the various university preparation courses we have in global and the universities they progress to, like in short, like, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sime. Nice to be here, and nice to have to chat with you this month as a follow-up from last month's webinar. Here at Global International College, what we've succeeded in doing in the past couple of years, as far as it concerns the USA Foundation Program as well as the SAT, is to guarantee students getting the SAT scores into top Ivy League schools. You know, the beautiful thing I want to start off with here is that the SATs are back again. During the COVID, we're a bit skeptical what will happen. That are they still going to write the SAT or what's going to happen? As a result of that, we had a lot of flexibility. Some schools are now admitting students without the SAT. Some are also admitting students without the IELTS. But one thing that stands out is the fact that if you intend to apply to some Ivy League schools, you still have to write the SAT, SAT 1 and SAT 2. And here at Global International College, we are very big on helping students to get fantastic scholarship. It's what we've been doing for over 10 years in this particular department, that we guarantee students that upon resumption with us, we will work with them, guide them in their SAT program, as well as when it gets to the point to apply for school. And we just don't apply for schools for them. We also ensure that we apply for them to get scholarship. And it's a beautiful thing to say that now we work with a partner in the US, the Shorelight. And then with the Shorelight, they have brought in fantastic opportunities, wonderful opportunities. When the different releases were going out, pronouncements about the fact that students cannot go to the US, I was a bit apprehensive in the fact that we do not want students who have finished with their SAT, they've done their AP courses, to just be stuck in Nigeria, not having what to do. But thank God for our partner, the Shorelight, and they have come up with very fantastic opportunities. If you look at the screen now that is being shared by Mrs. Osime, you'll see some of the partner universities that we are working with. And working with Shorelight is a guarantee to get this schools. We have the Adolphi College, we have the University of Central Florida, Louisiana State University, Auburn University, American University, University of Massachusetts, Boston, New York University, California State Universities. You know, we work with all these schools and some others that have not been indicated on the slide here. Now with Shorelight, the opportunity is that you don't have to wait until the announcement is made that students can come over to the US before you resume school. We have been able to reach an agreement with them that, okay, some of our students here in Nigeria, what happens then? If before now, I have different categories of students I'm going to be addressing today. The first category of students are those who are currently working with us in line with our Shorelight school. Good news for you. And the good news is the fact that there is no delay. You are going to start your schooling in the fall, but that is going to be online. And then when you do that, by the time the consulate opens and then you can start applying for visa, it becomes very easy for you to get your visa. But the second category of students I'm going to be talking to are those who did not apply to Shorelight University. It is not too late. You can come on board with us. Let us help you get those admissions. We can start the application for you, but there are deadlines, which is why you need to go to our website immediately and ensure that you fill those forms, and let's start up with your admission to get into these top universities that we are working with through the Shorelight. Now, what is going to happen is the fact that you resume your fall admission at the exact time, but that is going to be through the different virtual channels that we're using. Then between now and when the consulate will open, you can achieve credits that are relevant in the US schools. As a matter of fact, it's good as saying that you are already in school, you are doing your first semester. Let me break it in our own language. You are doing your first semester, but it is online. And those courses that you're writing and the exams and the credits is going straight to your university grades. So I'm going to strongly advise that the second category of students that have not started the application process should please do that. It is very, very important. Now, let me tell you part of the beautiful thing. When you start your program with the Shorelights and the American university that we're working with, by the time it is open for students to apply for visa, you are seen as a committed student already. You are a committed student, and because you are a committed student already, then it guarantees you to get your visa. Rather than you waiting and just sitting at home, hoping that someday the consulate will open and then you can go and apply for your visa, you can start up now. As a matter of fact, most of our students that we have worked with, they are going to resume at the exact time and they're going to start classes like nothing just happened. The difference is that they'll be doing it from their home country. And regardless of where you are in the world, it's going to almost look like you're in class because you can connect with classmates and then you can meet with your professors. All your professors are from the universities that you've applied to, from the universities that you are getting admission. So it is not as though somebody in your country is going to be teaching you. No. The professors from the universities are the ones that will teach you. The credits and everything is going to be graded and added to your work over there. So I strongly advise that the two categories of students, those that have started working with us and those that are yet to work with us or who probably have admission with other schools, I would strongly recommend that you come on board. Let's start off because most of these schools, the deadlines are closing already. Now, also to come back a bit, if your challenge is, oh, I do not know if I can afford the fee, which is why Ms. Apologio Sime has brought in some financial persons here who can assist you on that part. We also have another channel, which is the scholarship channel. For the scholarship channel, just fill in your forms and let us know which area you want us to help you with. There are schools that are ready to give you scholarship provided you have merited it or provided you have the qualification for it. So those are for students that are meant to resume their school this fall. But for students who just pass out of secondary school or who are about to write their WAEC exam, now this is the path to go. As soon as you are done with your WAEC exam that starts next month, we strongly recommend that you start off with your SAT classes at Global International College. You take your SAT classes, and if you are not an American citizen, you write the English exam, which is either the TOEFL or the IELTS. Now you write this exam because if you look at the most important factors in college admission, the SAT is on top there. You have to write your SAT, get a fantastic score, which can be guaranteed when you come to Global International College. For time's sake, I would have loved to show you some of the wonderful results that we've gotten so far. If you look at the chat session, there's someone there that can respond to any question you have. Peter. Peter's number is on the chat there. So you can just go ahead now and send him a message and he can chat you up on how to get admitted into Global International College. So like I was saying, the most important factor in college admission, you have the SAT, you have to bring in your transcript from your university, community work must be done, and then of course, we're going to help you with your application essays and all of that, guide you on how to write it, and help you proofread it and make sure that you've done the right thing. And then we're going to also help to get offers from universities that will grant you scholarship. At Global International College, we do not just train students for the SAT, but we prepare them for college. First, you come in here, take your SAT, write your SAT. When you are done with your SAT, the next step is for you to take the AP courses here. The AP courses are the advanced placement courses. They are your year one courses. Most of the students that are moving on now to the US, they did the AP courses. And those AP courses that they took is their year one courses, and they have acquired credit that are transferable. So you see, taking the AP courses actually prepares you for uni. It helps you to adapt to the rigor in the university. And then while you are at Global International College, we also ensure that you do your community work because it's part of the requirement, community service. You do your community work, and then we'll also, after your community work, you have the opportunity to do your internship. Doing internship also can prepare you in the line of what you want to study. And then, of course, the application is also part of what we do here. So there are three categories of students I have addressed in all of this. First are the students who already have admission with Shoreline University. The second category are those who do not have admission with Shoreline universities but intend to resume this fall, 2020. And the next set I have just addressed are those that will be running up with their high school, writing their WAEC if they are in Nigeria, or they are outside Nigeria, depending on what their national exam is. As soon as you are done with your national exam, you can join our preparatory classes and our high university preparatory classes as well. We have both the physical classes, which has not started now, and the virtual classes. So irrespective of where you are in Nigeria or where you are in the world, go ahead and apply at Global International College, and then you can have your classes. Part of what we're also going to be addressed today, which is so going to be looked at by the financial person here, is how to save costs. There are a lot of offers for students who want to school in the US, a lot of scholarship for students who want to school in the US. We have a couple of students that applied last year, some of which got like 60% on tuition, and some got 80% on tuition. We have a wonderful student that got 100% on tuition. Now, for some reasons, I might not want to mention her full name, but her first name is Sagede. Now, she's going to go to school on full scholarship. And that was only possible because she came in here and we worked with her. She had a fantastic SAT score of about 1450. And then she was able to apply to different schools at the exact time. Some students say, oh, I applied and I didn't get admitted, or I didn't get some form of scholarship. It is because to every school in the US, there are specific deadlines that you must meet. We have the early action and we have the regular admission. Now, all of this is what we will help you and guide you when you come to Global International College. I'm going to pause for now. Hopefully you have some questions you ask, and then I'll be here to respond to them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Efan. Thank you for giving us the details on the US Foundation and also progression to universities in the US. And as Efan had stated, if you are interested in, if you are a student and you have your SATs and you're interested in going for undergraduate, the best route now to do is to join the organization we're working with, which is a Short Life University collegiate, for you to start your program in Nigeria now online until the borders are open. The borders are not open yet. And the advantage is that if you start online, any credit you get, wherever you're going in the US, the thing about US is that it's a credit system. So you can get credit in this particular university, transfer it to the university you're going to. So even if you have to go later in the year, or even if you have to go in the spring term, you can still transfer it to the university. So for example, if you're going to the University of Georgia, from this particular organization, Collegiate University, you can transfer the credits you get online. So rather than students sitting at home and doing nothing, you can register to go online and take credit now. Please don't sit at home, even if you want to do a postgraduate. Once you get admission, and it helps. Like you said, it helps you when you want to apply for your visa because they see your seriousness. Same thing in Canada. A lot of the courses are being done online rather than waiting. By September, everybody, you know, in America, the school starts in August. So they're all looking at starting in a couple of weeks, by next week. Most of them are back in school by mid next week. So if you're serious about going to the US and you're interested, then you need to contact us. I think Peter has put the information. So you can register with the online university that is going on now. And when you now, when the borders open, you go to a university and make sure you go to one that has in-class as well. So that's the only way they will accept you. They'll give you a visa. You cannot go and do online only in the US, whether you are doing postgraduate or undergraduate. So you need to talk to us, call us on any of those numbers. I know we have some of our ex-students and experienced also who are interested. Please call us so we can assist you. So I'm going to immediately call Sean. Sean, I think you'll be able to share your slides, or Dami can share it for you, so that you can talk to us about Canada. And basically, you're talking to us about the university system, progression to university, study permits for people who want to come to Canada, particularly during the pandemic, and also students who are interested in a postgraduate, an undergraduate, or who want to migrate, who want to work, who want to stay in Canada, all of that, because I know that Canada is open to Nigerians. You know, it's not as tough as, you know, the US. So some of our participants who are on board with us today are interested in hearing from you. And please, participants, if you have any question, pop it into the question and answer, please, so that later on both our panelists or myself can answer your question. This is the opportunity to be able to ask any questions you want. Thank you. Over to you, Sean. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Osami. Thank you for your invitation. Shall I share my screen now? Let's see. Okay.
Dami, are you sharing, or do you want him to share? Dami?
Yeah, if he wants me to share, I can.
Yeah, I know. Just
Share,
one
please.
second.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So starting from, I will talk about Canada, like from 3 different ways. So first of all, the study in Canada, the work in Canada, and immigrate to Canada. Okay, by studying in Canada, I think this is the easiest way for all the applicants from Nigeria to access. Studying Canada, first of all, you have to get a study permit. So when you apply for a study permit, you need to prepare a lot of different documents. That is a very professional thing, actually. So don't, like, because I met so many refusal cases in Nigeria. Please don't try by yourself. I know you do speak English, you read English, but the mentality of Canadian visa officers, it could be different. So find professionals to help you to do the study permit is essential. You know, because we know how to organize the documents and everything. We work with GICSE for a long time, so we have good results for the students. By studying in Canada, you have to get a study permit. The first step of getting a study permit is get an acceptance letter from the university, from the secondary school, from all the institutions, anyone that you are interested in. But also, GICSE is a great opportunity. Excuse me. GICSE is offering a great opportunity. It's an online course that I know, the Ontario Secondary School Diploma Program, running in GICSE for years. So they have a really good reputation. And the students, once they complete this OSSD program, they've already got a Canadian credential, which is Ontario Secondary School Diploma. So such kind of a Canadian credential, it helps the students to get their visa easily. So although there's no guarantee, but the thing is, Canadian visa officer always thinking, not only just for Nigerian, for all over the world students, they consider if you will be a genuine student or not. Okay, how can you prove? Because the hardest part of a Canadian visa or study permit is documents based. You have to prove to them. So what is your proof? A transcript, Ontario Secondary School transcript, will be a great proof that GICSE's program OSSD will give you this transcript as a standard transcript. Is this all the same, even the same as the school in Canada? Our school, we have the same OSSD program, but not online. physically in Canada. So the transcript will be the same thing, or the diploma will be the exactly same diploma. So once you have such kind of credential, when you apply to the immigration, the visa officers won't consider you will be a genuine student or not. So they know that you spend time, you invest your money to get some Canadian education. So this is your intention. They really look at your intention. Are you coming to Canada as a student, or you come here as a worker, or you come here as a refugee, right? So they really consider that. This is why the refusal rate is really, really high in Nigeria, because first of all, the documents were not organized professionally. Second of all, you didn't prove your intention. Okay, you didn't prove that you will leave the country, you will study in the country, you will be succeed in the country. So, well, GIC offer you this opportunity, but that is not a must. You don't have to complete the program. But I'm saying if you have Canadian credential before you apply for a study permit, it definitely will be a huge benefit for applicants, of course, for young applicants. If, let's say, if you're over the age of secondary school, then you apply to university or post-secondary or postgraduate directly, you have to get an offer from DLI school, designated learning institutions. So once you get your acceptance letter, then you have to make a payment. So a lot of students, they only pay like a 2,000, 3,000 deposit. So immigration officers, they also see how much money you paid for tuition. They see how strong your intention is to take the program. If you only pay like $2,000, you have the thought is, I just want to make a trial. If it doesn't work, then that's it. Visa officer won't be happy to see that. But if you pay like a semester or a whole year tuition fee, they see that you treat that very seriously, and you have really strong intention to study this program. You're eager to study this program. That is a good thing as well. Okay, so also provide sufficient funds. So we will guide you how much money you should prepare, because that is different for based on the program that you are admitted. Some other documents requested by visa office. So this is very special. This is for according to the country. So for Nigerian country, we always look at the Lagos visa office special requirements. So they may request different forms, such as study visa questionnaire or student visa questionnaire. So those are the different forms not requested for the other countries. Okay, so you have to look at that. So there are different types of applications, online or paper. So online is as well as we met the visa officer in this January. They told us online is always the best way to apply, because the processing time is really long, right? So if you submit the application by paper, they cannot relocate your application to the other visa office where are available to process additional applications. Like a lot of online applications were processed in Kenya. So if it is paper, it must be processed in Nigeria, and it takes longer. Okay. There's a new pilot program. So if you have ELT 6.0, so this is a general requirement for all similar programs. This is new to Nigeria, but not new to the other countries. Like China, this very similar program has been launched in China for more than 10 years ago. So they all request ELTs. The reason, well, I know that Nigerian students speak English, and English is the instruction language for their education backgrounds. Most of the universities, they don't request ELTs for Nigerian students. But immigration requests that is because they see a lot of students, even Nigerian students, they cannot get over 6.0. They may only get a 5.5 or 5.0 of IELTS. So they see this one as if the student has such kind of ability that they have like higher chance to succeed in the program and in Canada. So this is the reason why they request IELTS. Moving to the funds. Moving to the funds, so they request a My Bank statement, which is an electronic statement. So you just generate that from your, most of the banks, they offer My Bank statement now for immigration to verify. So the only one, after you apply for My Bank statement online, you will get a ticket number and a PIN number. You just need to provide them this certificate. Then they will use the information, the ticket number and PIN number, get into the, not your account, get into the bank's account to verify your statement for preventing any fraud documents, okay? So they request the students to show that they have 30,000 Canadian dollars equivalent for the past 6 months. You have to have such a big amount sits in the account for 6 months and show the account 12 months history, okay? So the acceptance letter, well, I mentioned already, it must be getting that before you submit the application. So, but they specific for some special programs like bachelor, master, and postgraduate diploma, not the other programs. Okay, once you have all of these things ready, so we will submit your application. Then according to the processing time, it's really long right now, but they will process that as soon as possible. Since this COVID happened, they are trying to process the application, the completed application as soon as they can. Okay, because like Canada, everywhere in the world, they're losing international students because of the travel restrictions. So they want to admit the students and have the students study online for next a few months in our country. So they will see your performance. If the students, for example, because Canada study permit request biometric, since the visa centers are temporarily closed right now, you cannot do biometric. So usually, if the application is incomplete, will be refused by visa office. But now they launched in July 14th, the new temporary measurements. Even the student, they submit incomplete application because of the COVID, they cannot get the application completed. So immigration will give a two-step approval. So students will get the first step approval, then they can start to study. So they will evaluate the students' academic performance in other aspects later on. So this is a very similar concept that I mentioned. If students, you study in GIC for OSSD program, that will be helpful for you to apply for a study permit. So this is the same concept. So immigration wants to see the students are genuine students. They really enrolled in this online program and they are performing well. So which means they will be succeed in the country, right? So they look these aspects of academic. So that is very helpful. Then once you get good performance, the other aspects are fine. They will give you the second stage of approval. Then you will get your study permit. Once the restrictions lifted, you are able to travel to Canada. Talking about the study in Canada, so the university that I would like to talk is Laurentian University. I'll show you the screen of the university. Sorry, bear me for a minute, okay? Okay. I'll show you here is a sample offer letter that this year the student from GIC applied after the student complete the OSSD program, applied for Laurentian University. Okay, this is a Bachelor of Computer Science program. That's the student has been admitted by September. So the student got GIC student. It's a 4-year program, starting from September 9th of this year. Then briefly, tuition fee are listed here. So most of the school program from this university is $27,729. The engineering program, business administration program, architectures. So this tuition fee is very competitive in Canada. Like I believe that most of you may heard University of Toronto or Waterloo University. The tuition fee there for those universities, it goes up to over $60,000 per year. So that is for tuition only. Those are very, very top universities in the world. I know that, but consider about financial. This university is more competitive. Not only that, the student paid 1,000 Canadian dollar deposit. So this student, this is what I want to mention. There's a lot of students, I know Nigerian students work really hard and really smart. So just, the way of learning is a little bit different from Canadian education. So WAEC is the one that you have to write. I don't see that you have really good scores because the disadvantage of WAEC is it's one-time test. You just write the test. When you complete all of the subjects, then you get a mark. So Canadian courses are different. Like the Ontario Secondary School Diploma Program, I give you very, I think this is more fair to the students. It's not only counting just a one time of the test as your marks. So it counts all the getting through of your course, starting with your courseworks. So the whole course, the works of the whole course will worth 70% of your final marks. The final test, the last time, the final test, only worth 30%. So that gives the students, that encourage the students to work hard through the whole semester, the whole course, not just the thinking about the last time of the test. Okay, so that gave the students more chance to get a good marks and to reflect their real ability. So the students this year, before she complete this OSSD program, she already got, I think she got that in February. She already got a scholarship, the Laurentian University International Excellence Scholarship. It valued 60,000 Canadian dollars for 4 years. They encourage the students work hard through their program, their 4-year degree program. Look at the student, the Bachelor of Computer Science. The tuition and fees is $27,929. Books and supplies, living expenses, they include the residence meal plan already. And the Excellence Scholarship, it's a $15,000 a year. They divided this 60,000 to 4 equal installments. So including living expenses and tuition and everything, it's only $27,270. And you don't have to pay the full amount for the whole year. You can pay half year. So make it a half. Okay, so it will ease the parents' financial burden a lot. I'm not saying Nigerian curriculum is not competitive, but WAEC, definitely I will say Canadian Ontario Secondary School Diploma is more fair to the students to reflect their real ability, which means if you get a higher marks, the student, how they get this one, as long as the last 6 months, 6 credits of grade 12, if the student get over 90% of average of the courses, they will get this one. If, let's say, if I don't have that good marks, then I won't have any scholarship. No, they offer you another scholarship, which is the $40,000 for 4 years. It's a 10,000 Canadian dollars for each year. If the students, you get 80% of your average for the last 6 credits in grade 12, you will get that scholarship as well. Okay, they really try to give the students chance to get a scholarship in the university. Okay, the university, they offer a lot of different programs. For example, this is for Bachelor of Computer Science. They also offer students like engineering programs, mechanical, civil, and special one is mining engineering. If the student, well, engineering program has no scholarship except for mining engineering. If students are interested in mining program, the students, once you graduate from the university, 96% of the students are hired for mining field. After you get hired, like mining field, the starting salary is roughly 65,000 a year, Canadian dollars. After 3 years of training, if you become engineer, you will get starting from $80,000 per year. Okay, so it's very attractive for the students because mining program is very unique in Laurentian University. There are only 5 or 6 universities offer such kind of program in Canada, but for mining, Laurentian is the only one. The others are like similar programs, not for mining. So there are so many competitors in mechanical, civil engineering. Mining is a special. So nowadays you need to find some special program to study, okay, to reduce the competition. Also, this university offers sport administration. It is good for a lot of Nigerian students. I think the students are really happy with the soccer or basketball. So you can make your interest to your career in the future. If you really love the sports, you can study sport administration. This program gives the students internship to those very big sport teams, the sport institutions like Olympic or NBA teams. So this program has been run in Laurentian University for the past 40 years. So they have their alumni are working in different institutions. So they have a lot of different agreements with the different teams to having the students to join the team for internship in their 3rd year. Then in their 4th year, the last year before their graduation, they have to solve a current problem existing in the sport institutions. So that gives the students great opportunity for their future career. So the students, like 94% of the students were hired in 6 months after their graduation. So Laurentian University, they have so many different programs and they have very special programs as well. Their tuition fee, you can consider. That is very attractive, okay? I also would like to talk about another university as King's University College, which located in London, Ontario. It's in Western University. The university is a Catholic university. So if the students are Catholic religion, you can consider this university. They don't offer all the programs, but like political science, criminology, or business management, finance. These art programs, they are offering in social worker programs as well. So these two universities are very, very competitive in Canada. So you can, which is my offering, you can consider about. Okay, go back to, or let me go back to the next stream for work in Canada.
You have about 2 more minutes.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, so talking about a work in Canada, the best way, as I mentioned, the easiest way is for the student getting into Canada is by studying. So after you study the program, the post-secondary school programs, as long as that is over 1 year, the duration of the program is over 1 year, you can get a post-graduation work permit. So most of the universities, once the student complete 4-year program or 2-year, 3-year program, the student get up to 3-year work permit. You're allowed to work in Canada for 3 years. So in those 3 years, after you gain some work experience, you will get, this is the way of getting work permit, okay? You will get a chance to apply for permanent resident. Okay, so we also have open work permit for spots. If you come in as a study permit student, full-time student at these institutions, your spouse are able to get an open work permit. They can work with any employer, but the length will be exactly the same as yours. Let's say if you graduated from university, you got a post-graduation work permit. As long as you work as a full-time worker in the occupation like 0A and B NOC, which is management level or skill, professional level or skilled level, your spouse will be eligible for open work permit as well. So immigrate to Canada. Well, during the past years, immigration, they evaluate a lot of different programs. What they will be happy to see is express entry. That is economic category of the application, of the immigration. So those people contribute the country the most. They don't consider about the others, like investments. It's really hard for government to get some benefit from investment immigration. However, some provinces are offering such kind of program. They are looking for investment from overseas. So all of these, especially express entry, that is good for, especially good for international students. If you came to Canada before, they give you additional points. And if you gain some Canadian work experience in Canada, you got additional points as well. So this is the best way right now for students to apply for a permanent resident. They also have some additional criteria of immigration. So for further information, you can contact GIC Mrs. Osami. We will work together. We will do evaluation for you, see if you are qualified or not, and give you suggestion. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sean. That's very extensive, very extensive. I'm sure a lot of the participants have gained a lot of experience from listening to what you have to say, because it's important, particularly for the participants, that you must go to the right people that would help you with whether you want to study or want to migrate, so that you don't, get the wrong advice or lose your money. It's so important. A lot of people have lost their money in their attempt that they want to go to Canada. So by the time they end up with us, or in some cases, they've been rejected so many times that we have to start doing the heavy work. So it's better to come to a consultant. That's why we partner with Sean, who is in Ontario, so that he gives us the best advice. Okay, as we quickly roll on, I'm going to call Adedayo, right? Adedayo Ethan. Are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Yes, please share your screen and tell us exactly what you're going to do for the students in terms of funding their education quickly, and then we'll take the questions we have. Thank you so much, Adedayo.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Oh, sorry, good evening. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you. I mean, if you are partnering with GIC, then you are in the best place. Not all institutions like this look for ways to make your education easy. And for them to partner with a financial institution is because they know what you're going through, they know what you need, and they are thinking of ways to help you get what you need. So congratulations. First of all, I'd like you to just see this short video.
Are you interested?
Oh, please, can you see my screen?
Are you interested in studying?
Yes, yes, we can see your screen. We can't hear very well though. Hello?
Can you hear?
No, I can't hear. I can't hear. Can anybody hear? We can see the screen, but we can't hear the voice.
Before sharing the screen, you should have enabled the audio of your computer.
Is
So if you want to,
enabled?
no, there are two buttons. When you click to share, they're at the bottom of that screen.
Okay. Well,
Close the sharing and start
can
again.
you hear me now?
Okay,
Can
we can
you
hear
hear
you.
me?
We can hear you.
You can hear me clearly?
Yes.
All right, let's leave the video, because what's on the video I can equally tell you. All right, this is Edfin Microfinance Bank. We are an education-focused finance company. We finance all the players in the education sector. And for you today, what we are bringing to you is tuition loan, Edfin tuition loan. We offer you opportunity to get the education of your dream. We do not want finance to hinder you from getting the education of your dream. We believe that if you want it, then we should be able to support you to get it, because that is what we do at Edfin MFB. Now, for this Edfin tuition loan, it is granted to either self-studying students, those who want to further their education, they are working on their own and they want to further their education, or to parents who want to sponsor their children going attending these classes with Global International College. We can sponsor you, whether it's a salary earning parent or a business parent. We just need to confirm your source of income and that you can afford it, then we can give loans. Now, these loans are disbursed and transferred directly to the school's account, because it's supposed to be for tuition and every other thing regarding your learning. It's not for any other thing apart from for tuition. That's why we have to transfer it to, in this case, Global International College. All right, so the maximum loan amount is 5 million for 1 year, which means if the course you're studying is more than 5 million, we can do it in tranches, which means this year you take a 5 million loan, next year you can still take more. So it's 5 million maximum per year. Then the interest rate is 2% per month flat. Maximum tenure is actually 18 months, but we also linked it to the tenure of the program. So we know that some programs are maybe 1 year, 18 months, and others, they go as far as 24 months. Don't worry, we've got you covered. Now, what do you need? You need admission to study at Global International College. You also need, if you're a self-sponsoring student or a parent, you have to be resident in Nigeria, because we need to check your income capacity too. So for those who are working, we like to see things like your employment letter, your bank statement, and few things like that. We also like to secure our loan with few collateral, not things that will break your head or break the bank or anything. Make it very easy for you. And for you to access the loan, like I said, you first of all need to get admission, because we need to see a letter of admission from Global International College with you, okay? So what you need to do is you go to our website, www.edfinmfb.com. You will click on apply for a loan. and you see quick application form. You click it, you fill the form. On the form, when you click submit, you see the additional document you need to submit. You submit that, and in 48 hours, we'll fund your account. And like I said, the money is not for you. We have to transfer it to Global International College for you to pay for your tuition and every other thing. Now, if you have any question, the Q&A session is there, and the chat session is there for you to put your questions. Our requirements are very flexible. There are things you can just get on your phone. Even your bank statement, we can get that for you from my bank statement. We make everything very easy for you, but we want to ensure that not only do you get the education you want for your child, your ward, or yourself, but you are also able to repay it, because at the end of the day, we don't want you to develop high blood pressure and things like that. So we are very flexible about our conditions and requirements. And not just that, also, if you feel, oh, I don't have all these requirements, don't worry, just get in touch with us. For you to call us, our number is 080-9454-6334. You can also send us a mail, contact us at edfinmfb.com. My name is Ayo. My own number is 0037267969. Remember, you can send us your questions. If you cannot type it in the Q&A section now, the chat, I'm going to go to the chat to see if there are questions so I can answer them. But if you cannot type it there for now, you can always send us a message. Contact us at edfinmfb.com. And we have a WhatsApp number, 080-9454-6334. WhatsApp number, you can leave your messages there. We will answer your questions. While Mrs. Osime was presenting, she actually let us know that most schools are starting in August, so you don't have much time. You need to apply now so you can start learning. Learning cannot stop. That's why GIC is going through all these webinars to let you know that you have options. You have options, which is very good. A lot of people who got this didn't have opportunities like this. Now you have the opportunity. Seize the moment and don't delay anymore. That will be all for now. That's from me. Let me check if there are.
Okay, thank you. I'll just go through the questions and ask as well. Thank you so much, Dayo. Thank you so much for that. So if you can,
all right.
Remove your PowerPoint and stop
okay.
sharing.
Okay.
So thank you so much, everyone, for all the panelists. And basically, what EdFin is doing is such a great thing to help young people whose spirit, particularly going through the pandemic, have had maybe some issues, lost their jobs, or finances are not quite what it used to be able to still further their education careers and all of that. So, but of course, with every bank, there are conditions as well. So we don't want to be in a place where money is borrowed and is not paid back. So we have to, that's why they go through institutions. So even if you email them directly, they're still going to ask you to go and get a letter from an institution. And if you want to come to Global International College, and for example, we work with Sean and we get you admission in, let's say, Laurentia, we still have to show them the documents. They will not release the funds if they don't see the admission and to see that there is integrity, because nobody wants to lose money now, but they still want to help. So if you are a student and you want to tell your parents about this, that's great, so that your parents will not be panicking and saying, oh, where am I going to get the funds from? So long as they can meet the conditions, which have been on the website, they have that on their website. We'll also put it on our website. So later, I will contact you. We need to have this information also on our website to make it easier for students to access, particularly as we come to the academic session very soon. So I'm going to take questions. Thank you so much, all my panelists. You've all been so wonderful, and we've enjoyed everything you said. It's very uplifting and then very informative. So I'll just take the questions and try and direct the questions. Unfortunately, I guess I'll just ask the questions from generally for anyone that can answer it. The first one is, I have gotten a job in a financial institution. I am bonded for 2 years, and I have to complete my bond period before I leave. However, I'm still committed to embarking on my master's in biomedical engineering, as I'm a graduate of mechanical engineering with a GPA of 4.35. I'm also looking at possible funding opportunities tuition and stipend. So this person who is says that is bonded has to complete his, you definitely have to complete your bonding. That's number one. Since you you have a job, you need to make sure that everything is okay with your employer, because definitely some organizations, particularly universities in Canada and US, will be asking for references from your employer. So in terms of, I think what you want to know is possible funding. I think, Sean, you have spoken a bit to that. He's looking at mechanical engineering. He has a GPA of 4.3. He's a graduate, sorry, of mechanical engineering. He wants to do a master's in biomedical engineering. What do you think in terms of scholarships, funding? Sean?
I don't really understand this question about the financial institution parts, but for the committee embarking on my master's in biomedical engineering. So my first question to this, what is the student's interest? What he or she wants to come to Canada for a master degree or a PhD or another different program? So the question is not really clear.
He wants to come in for a master's in biomedical. He's a graduate of a mechanical engineering. He got a GPA of 4.3, which is quite high. So he wants to do so I don't know if Laurentia does the biomedical engineering.
They do have engineering master programs, but I don't think that's about medical. Okay. I can double confirm that right now.
I think what basically he's looking at is number one, he can go through the funding option of EdFin if they meet the requirements, and then if there are additional scholarships in quite a few universities that we have in the US as well that we have listed before, they have scholarships. So I think the best thing is if you copy if you are still on, if you copy our numbers that has been put on the chat and then contact us. And later we're going to contact you as well anyway. So from there, Sean, we can give you more details once it comes back to us. Then the second question is, I would like to do a second degree in pharmacy. I got a GPA of 2.8 in microbiology. Is this possible? So this person has a 2.8 in microbiology and wants to do a second degree in pharmacy.
It is possible. However, so in the visa application concept, you cannot apply for a second degree. When you apply for a visa study permit to Canada, you have to try to level up your study. Okay, let's say if you have a bachelor degree already, when you apply for the study permit, you have to think about a master degree or a postgraduate diploma. Okay. But however, when you get to into Canada, then you're able to change the program. You're able to change the program. But when you apply for a study permit, you have to think about level up. That will make your study plan regional. Okay, well, don't tell them you want a second degree. So basically, visa officers won't believe that.
So basically what Sean is saying is that you must be going on to the next step. Because when the visa officer sees it and says you were an undergraduate, you got this degree, why do you want to go do another one? Why don't you go and do a master's? So he helps your application to be looking at the master's. Okay.
Exactly.
If my GPA isn't up to 3.0, can I enroll for my master's?
Yep. In my experience, if you are second class graduation from Nigerian universities, you are you will be eligible for some of the programs. It all depends, because you just mentioned the GPA, right? It depends on what master you want to and what prerequisites that you meet, right? If you are the third class graduation, unfortunately, you won't be able to get into master program in Canada.
Okay. Okay. So I have a pending national diploma in science laboratory technology. I'd like to apply for a BSc in radiography.
Radiography, unfortunately, it doesn't accept for international students.
Okay.
Yeah, it must be citizens or permanent resident.
Okay. So what kind of
Mhm.
program would you suggest for somebody who has a national diploma in science, laboratory technology?
Science, we do have some different sciences like engineering science, biology science, chemical science. Even actually the best one that I like the program in Laurentian University is, well, some of the students, if they are science students, they can consider. So forensic science. Forensic science. So Laurentian University program is fully accredited by the association. Okay, they do have a bachelor degree program for forensic science. They also have a master degree for forensic science. So the students basically, when they finish the study, they will be really easy to be admitted or to be getting their job in police department.
Okay.
So this is not only good for their career. Well, police department, they do hire people who's holding work permit.
Okay.
Some government now, they're hiring the people who's holding work permit now.
Oh, really?
So that gives the students very great chance for their permanent residency application in the future. It's a very, very strong case. Yeah.
I think for the next Luwa Kurede Adeyiga, he's also talking about a master's degree in criminology and political science. He got a second class up lower. So somebody like that, you should be looking at something like forensic as well. You know, I think what is important for a lot of applicants is that you must look at the jobs, you must look at the career or the degree that will get you a job. It's not like in Nigeria that you just do any degree, everybody's a lawyer and all of that, and then everybody comes out of law school, they can't get jobs. So that's why the consultancy aspect is important. That once we know what you are doing, we can now advise you, just like what Sean has done. And what we normally do with our clients, once you become a client, is that you have a time with Sean as well. You have a Zoom meeting. He goes through your application, and he's able to advise you on the kind of degree that would help you to move further in Canada and get jobs. That's most important. So I'm sure something like a master's degree in criminology should be okay. Should be, because people, I mean, every day they're committing crimes everywhere. So the policemen have jobs. Like you said, even if you have a study permit, you can get a job as a, you know, you can get a job post-graduation, I guess, as a policeman or woman, right? Okay. So in terms of, there's another question. Please, Peter, can you put the details, our details on there for them to copy? And I think most of them have our details, but just put the numbers as well. Or Damilola, one of you. I have a GPA of 3.20 in computer science. Can I enroll for my master's program straight up? I think you can. Yeah, Sean, computer science. You'd like to enroll for a master's program?
Which question right now?
I'm on the chat now. This one is the chat. This one is on the chat. It's not on the Q&A. I have a GPA of 3.2 in computer science. Can I enroll for my master's program straight up?
Yes, if it's over 3.0, it's very possible. But the university actually most concern is for the last 2 years. It's not for the whole GPA. They will look at the last 2 years for the evaluation. If the GPA is over 3.0, like 3.2, that is very possible actually. Okay,
that's good. So anybody that is interested in being for us consulting with you, for you, obviously you have to pay. Nothing goes for free. But obviously we will look at what we're talking about. But all this that we're doing is free. We give you as much information as possible. Sean is not coming on this platform for free. He's a consultant, he's an immigration consultant, he's qualified to do his job, so he has to be paid. So, you know, when somebody is giving you good service, like I said, then the person has to be paid. So obviously you will have to pay. But first of all, what we'll do is to send out forms for you, and we'll talk to you, you know, on what you want before, and then you can take a decision. You know, you can take a decision if your parents are keen and you have a good sponsor, then we can talk to Edson on your behalf and then package the whole thing. So whatever payment you're even paying us and all of that will be part of what Edson will be looking at giving you. So don't worry about the payment. It's not the most important thing. The most important thing is to see do we have a program for you? So please, Dami, can you please post, or somebody who is there, the details so they can copy the numbers so that they can get in touch with us? Is there anybody there to post the details for them? Okay, I think we have sort of answered all the we've answered all the questions from everyone that is here. So I'll just post this. I think Peter has left the scene. So I've just posted again that number. If you have any inquiries, please contact Peter on 081689366945. And you can also post your questions on WhatsApp. If you're on our WhatsApp group, we have quite a few students who, a few applicants rather, not students, because I gather that I see that most people actually have finished with my BSc already. Was the ease of migrating to Canada and of course getting a work permit, not going to school there now. In terms of migrating, I mean, Sean, it's a little bit more difficult, I think. Sean, in terms of migrating, what would be your advice because of the pandemic? He's asking that a lot of Nigerians are interested in going to Canada. You know, before the pandemic, obviously there was the what's it called, the express entry, which a lot of Nigerians had gone through that route. But now with the pandemic, what's your advice in terms of migrating? What's the best course?
Actually, what I can see right now, immigration, they move their focus on the local applications for all the applicants who apply for permanent residence in Canada. So overseas, I don't see a lot of people are doing their job for overseas evaluation yet because of the travel restriction. So we don't know what will happen. But immigration, they're trying to launch different new policies, like temporary policies. As what I mentioned, it's a really great opportunity for students to apply for their study permit now. So the deadline will be September 15th. There are like a two-stage approval. I think last time when we do this seminar, I mentioned that already. So for those students who doesn't have enough, like you know, even they have some incomplete application. Remember, incomplete application, Canadian visa office will refuse the application if it is incomplete, even missing a signature, right? So it's very restricted, but like now they are offering the international students, you don't have to submit the completed application. Submit most of the documents, whatever you have. The other requested document that you cannot obtain now due to the COVID, you don't have to. So they will give you the first stage approval. Then, and once you get a first stage approval, you can start your program right away. It's online. It's absolutely online. For most of the university, and there's no physical class. So yeah, once you get academic performance, they definitely see. They won't like admit all the students who have the first stage approval, right? If you didn't really study, you didn't perform well. So this is the main concept that immigration wants to see students succeed. This is what I mentioned. It's the same concept that I recommend the students before they apply to, if they are just like completed a secondary school or there's SS1, SS2 students, they have planned to come to Canada. Enroll to your program, okay, in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So to getting Canadian credential, education credential, it's very important. It shows the student's seriousness. The good academic performance shows that their intention, right? So that is very important. This is a very similar concept. Immigration wants to see the student perform well because they want to admit the students to come to Canada to succeed, not having the students come here to be filled, right? So that is the concept now because of the COVID. So they're trying to launch different things. But immigration from overseas directly right now, I see them, they're not fully suspended that, but they're not really putting a lot of energy or focus on processing such kind of applications.
Okay, great. I think it's clear that the same thing is happening in the US as well. It looks like the policies are the same. So for all the applicants that are listening to us, whether on Facebook or on the Zoom, what's going on now is that people, they're giving you the opportunity to go. Like, for example, if you wanted to go to Laurentia now, for example, you want to do a master's degree and you come through us. I will first of all ask everybody that is interested in going to Canada, please put your emails on the chat. Just type your emails there, your name and your emails and your number quickly, so that we can also have that. But what is happening is that, for example, because a lot more people on this platform are talking about they have a degree or they have a diploma already, and from that they want, like from Yaba Tech and from different universities, and they're looking at going to Canada to do a master's. So what Sean is saying clearly is that, yes, if you want to do that, start the process of getting your admission. Once you get your admission, you can start virtually in Nigeria for maybe this semester until travel restrictions are lifted. And that shows commitment on your part. If you do well in this next few months and you're doing well in your test, you can show that to the study. That's the 2 steps. So they look at you now and say, okay, you have admission, and then and then when you want to go for the second step, they are confident that when you come to Canada, you are coming to actually study and you're a good student. So obviously they will be inclined to want to give you the visa. So that's what he's saying, it's a 2-step process. There's nothing anybody can do now until the borders are lifted, because right now the borders are not lifted. We still have air restrictions. So what we can do here now is to start your program here. So any admission that is gotten for you, you are able to start it virtually online. That's the important thing. All the people that are asking whether you're from Yaba Tech or you have a diploma, put your emails on the chat. I can't see any emails. Put your emails and your names on the chat now. Not on the Q&A, please put it on the chat so that we can save it and later on. So even for the Atlantic Immigration Pilot, what will happen is when we finish the webinar, you'll be sent a form to fill. On the form, you'll fill exactly what you want. And whatever you want, we will now get back to you. That's the way to do it. A webinar is just for a few, in fact, we've run out of time right now. The webinar is just for 1.5 hours and we're already at 4:30, just to briefly tell you what's possible and to make sure that you have the authentic source to get the information that will take you forward. That's what the webinar is for. So please put your emails there now. Whilst I just say thank you to all the panelists. Thank you again today for joining us today, Sean. Thank you so much. Every time we call on you, you're able to join us and talk to us about the opportunities in Canada for our students so that they can be relaxed and say and start looking forward to maybe they will be able to go there to further their education. Thank you, Adedayo, so much from EdFin, from coming to tell us about the funding opportunities, helping us out here for parents, for students that might have been affected through the pandemic. At least there's an opportunity that they can get funding for their programs if they want to go to the US or Canada. And thank you, Cyrus Efan. Thank you so much for telling us about US. We have spoken about the US, and he spoke clearly about the US, about the opportunity of doing a virtual semester also here with our universities. And then from there, you can go to any university in the US. Even if you don't want to go to the same university in the US, you can go there and the credits are transferable. That's the beauty of it. The credits are transferable. Same thing in Canada. Credits are transferable. It's not like the UK. If you go to UK, you go to a university, you get a 3 years visa, and you have to stay in that university. You really cannot move like that. But when it comes to North America, you can transfer your credits. So if you go to a university and you're not too happy, you can say, well, I want to go to another university. So it's possible. So please put your emails in the chat box if you're interested before we shut down this platform. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Thank you, Dami and Peter. Thank you. Is there anything else you want to say?
Thank you.
Stefan? Any last words before we just allow them to put in their emails?
Yes, I just want to re-emphasize the fact that for students who are awaiting their visa, they should not just stay at home. I'm talking mainly to the undergraduate students, those go for undergraduate program. They shouldn't just stay at home. There was a need for them to resume with virtual classes in this fall, and those credits can be transferred. And then for students who, because I spoke to 3 categories of students, for those that are just about to write their WAEC exam, or if there's anyone on the webinar now who have a younger one or family member that just be writing the WAEC exam, I wish them the very best. And I want to say that this is about the right time for them to get on board for their foundation year. You know, they need to come on board and join for the USA Foundation Program, start up with their SAT, their TOEFL. I know that other countries give scholarship, but when it comes to huge scholarship, American education system is one of the best. I could say that for certain. I have a student, like I said during my presentation, that will be going to school on 100% tuition free. The tuition is about $50,000 US, and she's going free. So that is only possible because she got a very fantastic SAT score, and she was able to put a well-rounded application. She has a community service that she did with us. She did her internship with us, and her essay is well constructed, proving to the fact that she's actually going to the US for school. And once that indication is there that this student is a genuine student and is also an intelligent student, having all the requirements, the scholarship just keeps coming. And it's for the student to make the choice, which school do I want to go to? I'm a strong advocate of the American education system because I know that they give a lot of scholarship. Even if it is for masters, come speak with us and we'll tell you how to navigate it and to ensure that you get all of that wonderful offers. I know that Sean said a lot about the Canadian program, but if you want to look at an alternative, I would strongly recommend doing your master's program in the US. And don't forget also that you can also be working while you are schooling in the US. You just have to meet the minimum credits of class credits to ensure that you are within status of studentship. You know, that's my very strong advice.
Thank you so much for that. I think that's really great. And I know there's a young lady or a righteous that has written that she's just done her O-level in secondary school. If you're interested in going to Canada, then the route that you need to take is to come apply to Global International College for the foundation program. That option is there, so we can speak to you. What we'll do is that all our counselors will be in touch with you within the next 1 week, sending you forms that you can fill, and from there they will now talk through the whole process. So Joseph and Peter will be in touch. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you once again for coming, and I'll say goodbye to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, all our participants.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us today. God bless you all. Thank you. You can
Thank
exit.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.